So about a year ago, I was approved for the Hilton Honors Business credit card. American Express raised the annual fee by more than doubling it to $195. Is it worth paying that much of an annual fee for this card? I don't think so. But first, let's discuss all of the value that I got in year one with this card and why I do consider it the one-year wonder card. So right out of the gate, I got a 130,000 point sign up bonus, which was, I believe, just the standard offer. Honestly, I had missed out on an elevated offer, but it was still a nice amount of points for actually minimal spend. It used to be $3,000. I used 100,000 of those points for a stay in Porto, Portugal, and I actually got a free upgrade to a suite at that hotel, but more on that in a minute. And on top of that 130,000 point bonus, I did also earn just under 16,000 points from all of the spend that I put on the card between then and now. And a large chunk of that was the required spend to get the bonus, of course, but it also includes some miscellaneous charges that ended up on the card, as well as some Hilton expenses that I put on there to get the elevated 12 times multiplier. After American Express refreshed this card, they also added an intriguing benefit, I would say, and it's going to be $240 in Hilton credits that are dispersed quarterly. So every single quarter I had this card post-refresh, I was able to get $60 to use for various Hilton purchases. And what I ended up doing was I got three $50 gift cards. Unfortunately, Hilton gift cards only come in certain denominations, and $60 just wasn't one of the options. But even still, I did end up getting to use this 3 times, of course, and I got $150, and I was able to redeem some of those towards a cash stay. I, of course, also got Hilton Gold status from this card, and that benefit was retained, thankfully, and I really like Hilton Gold. I've got a lot of really nice experiences with it, and I do think it is the best sort of middle-of-the-road hotel status you can get. I received a total of $40 from a few Hilton stays for the food and beverage credits. It doesn't help that I stayed at a Hampton Inn property a couple times, which does not have this credit. It's for select properties only. And also internationally, they give you a free breakfast and not the food and beverage credit. At first, I was kind of bummed about that, going to Portugal, staying at Hilton there, wanted to use the credit, but that breakfast was amazing. So I guess it all worked out. And then the other big thing for Hilton Gold status, at least for me, is the 80% bump on all points earnings for whenever you're staying at a Hilton property. And so I ran the numbers, and with this boost, I got a little bit over 6,000 points, and that of course is on top of the normal points earnings that you get as just a basic Hilton Honors member. And then finally, there is one more thing that I got value from, but this was before American Express refreshed the card, and that was the 10 Priority Pass visits that you would get, and I was able to use 3 of those before I ended up acquiring cards with better lounge access, and then of course before American Express made those changes. And so if we add up everything I earned from this card in year one, you'll see why it's the one-year wonder. I received $190 worth of value in cash value, that is, and then I also earned over 151,000 points as a combination of the sign-up bonus, the spend on the card, and then the gold 80% boost on all points earnings for Hilton stays. Overall, though, I have to say, this is an incredible value at the $95 price point, which is why I'm calling it my one-year wonder card, and I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get this same value in year 2, especially because there's, of course, no sign-up bonus in year 2, obviously, and there's now no way to earn a free night certificate from this card. And that leads me into why I am canceling this card. Because it renews at $195 but still retains $240 in credits, I was tempted to keep it, but then I realized, do I really want to be paying this and then forcing myself to save $50 gift cards every quarter to get a $200 night somewhere. That's pretty poor value in my opinion, and if I'm being honest, I'm already keeping track of tons of different statement credits, and I certainly will even more once I add other cards in my strategy. I don't need to worry about this. Another thing that I considered is Hilton Gold status. As I mentioned earlier, I really do like Hilton Gold status. It has brought me a lot of value, and it has definitely made things a lot easier when traveling, especially for like unexpected stays. It was just nice to have. And if I cancel the Hilton business, I will, in theory, lose out on that Hilton Gold status. With that being said, though, I've also stayed at Marriott and Hyatt this year, and I plan to try out IHG at some point soon, so I am still very much a free agent, but Hilton Gold status, being the one status that I get super tangible value from, it's going to be a little bit rough to get rid of. But I think I'm going to be okay, and there's actually going to be a way to retain that gold status that I'll get into in just a second here. And then the last reason is, I'm trying to cut down on annual fees in anticipation of severely raising them. In another video, I mentioned that I'll be adding several annual fee cards, particularly the United Explorer and Business, as well as the American Express Gold Platinum, and then maybe even another airline card in there that I haven't revealed yet. These fees are going to add up very quickly, and unfortunately, that means that the Hilton Business is one of two odd cards out. Before I forget, the refreshed multipliers are actually good for people who run small businesses with a lot of overhead spend. But for me personally, on this very small YouTube channel, I don't really have much business spend at all. So I don't really have too much of a use for the 5x catch all, especially because I'm also trying to build up transferable currencies that can give me a little bit more flexibility. Although I will say that I did like the 12x on Hilton purchases because the gift cards triggered that multiplier. So it was a nice way to get like a very small amount of points and a gift card just by holding this Hilton Business card. And that will do it, guys. I am going to say goodbye to the Hilton card pretty soon here. My account anniversary is pretty much just hitting, probably when this video will be posted. And I'm not going to ask for a retention offer either because I have really no need to keep the card long term. I just don't think it's going to be worth whatever Amex would offer me against a $195 fee if they offer me anything at all. It's just, not a given, really. And there's no way to downgrade this card either. So unfortunately, the overwhelmingly negative changes for an individual like me, combined with my need to kind of move around my annual fee budget, it just means that we're going to have to say goodbye to the first ever card that I've had to cancel. Anyway, guys, if you want to hear a little bit more about my credit card strategy going on for the rest of the year and into 2025, then I will put the video up on the screen here. As always, guys, I've been Josh, and until next time, take care. Bye.